All right, so we're doing another challenge, and what he wants us to do in this challenge is go ahead and combine the count with the request URL so that pressing on the get next character button gives us the next character. And what I'm thinking about doing here is wrapping this in template literals, and then instead here I can pass the count. So since the count is starting at 1, this is character number 1. So when we run this, we should get 1. And let's say we run 2, we should get a different character. And if we run 3, we should get a different character. So let's go back to 1 and let's see how we would make this work. Something else we have to go ahead and take into consideration is our array of dependencies. So right now, when we click on get the next character, we don't get anything. And that's because the count is this button right here, the get next character, is changing the count every time it's clicked, but we're not watching for the count here. So if we put count in here, it's almost like telling this useEffect, hey, run on the first time, and then only run again if this count is updated. So if this count is ran again, then we'll run through this function, we'll fetch, and we'll grab the number or the character associated with the count. So since the count is 1, when we click again, the count is now 2. So now we run through this, the count was changed, so we go back, we run it again. We're fetching the same API, but now since the count is 2, we're associated with a brand new character. And then we go ahead and all of this stays the same. When we go to character 3, we get a new character. 4, we get a new character. So that's kind of how I would set it up. All right. So we're back and I'm going to do another challenge. So I'm going to try to get the memes from API. So the challenge is as soon as the meme component loads the first time, make an API call to this address. And when the data comes in, save just the memes array part of the data into the all memes state. So, okay. So we're getting, let's see. So first of all, what we're going to have to do is use react.useEffect. And of course, this is going to be a callback function. And what we can go ahead and run here is our fetch. So we're going to fetch, and we're going to fetch to this API right here. And then we're going to say .then our response is going to put into a response.json. And then after that, our data, or .then, we're going to say our data is going to console.log our data. So let me see. Yep, we got it working. And we console.log our data. And we're going to put a dependency here just so that we only run it once. So what we want to get is actually the data.url. If that's how I obtain it, let me try that again. So we have the, let me see, it's kind of hard to see it in their view. So data dot memes. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it like the way they have it set up here. So we have an object that says success, and then we have the data. Would it be data.data? Yeah, that just gives me back everything. Dot memes, and then dot URL. No. dot memes. And then, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Now these are just objects. So this is an array of objects. So if we wanted to get something, we'd have to say something like 0 and then .url. And then that would be the image, but there's probably a better way to do this. So yeah, let me see. So as soon as the meme component loads for the first time, make the API call. When the data comes in, save just the memes array part of the data to the all memes state. So instead of console.logging here, we could say set all memes. And here we're just going to say data.data.memes. Wish there has to be a better way to set this up. Let's console.log all memes. And what we can also do here is just use an object. And this object here should, I don't know why it's still giving me hotline bling when I'm not using memes data anymore. Okay, that's weird. Let's see what's happening here. So set all memes should, yeah, that's weird. Why is that happening? Let's take a look at that. So get meme image is going to get the meme image. It's gonna put a random, we're gonna just comment this out here because I think this is what's causing that. Let's see. Now we're getting an error. Okay. No good, no good. Let's say, so our set meme right now is taking the meme, the random image URL. So what if we could get this from all memes real quick and see what happens? Say we run. No. Okay, hold on. When the data comes in, save the memes array part of that data into all memes state. Think about if there are any dependencies that if they change, you want to cause a rerun to this function. So one dependency that I would want to change is the meme. So I want it to be when we, let's console.log this again instead. So I want it to be when we go ahead and we refresh the get new meme. Oh, what's happening here? Working in the Scrimba editor can be weird sometimes. So then we're getting it right. Let me make sure I'm using that right. I am. Response JSON. Okay. So this button here is going to get meme image. React.useEffect. I feel like I should just try to make it work. So, okay, we're fetching the data. Then we're putting the data inside of console.log. So what we can do instead is just say so let's say all memes, and then we can reference this with all memes. And then let's just do this. And then we can console log all memes. Ah, dang, what's happening? Console.log all memes. And I don't know why we're getting this. So let me, okay. So it does look like we're getting a bunch of different ones. But I don't know if this is the memes that we already have in the data. Yeah, this is the memes we already have in our data. So That's not what we're trying to get here. So what I can do here is, because that's the only thing we're console logging right now, right? Yeah, that's the handle change. It's when we do this. Okay, let's see what we would do here. This is a little bit difficult. I don't know why it's... Yeah, that shouldn't do anything. Where is it getting this console log from? That is what I'm wondering. So if I run this again, I get no console log. Unless this API is using like the same thing as like what we went ahead and put in. That's what I'm thinking, because that's just not making any sense. Why the API like is bringing in the same data. That's really weird. So now we're getting an array. Okay. So now we went ahead and we updated all memes, data, all memes. So we can put this inside of set all memes. So now we don't log this out. So now we can go here and say the memes array. So that's going to cause an error, and that's fine. So the memes array is going to equal to, should just equal to all memes now. So yeah, okay, we're getting some different memes here now. Okay, that's really weird. Yeah, we're getting different memes. I haven't seen these. I've seen this one. Let me just make sure I haven't seen some of these. I definitely have not seen this one. Seen that one. Seen that one. Don't think I've seen that one. I haven't seen that one either. With Mudser now. Summon is my best friend. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot. Oh my gosh, what the heck? What? How is this a meme? That's really messed up. Okay. So yeah, we've seen, or we're seeing new memes. So now what I'm doing is I'm using the react.useEffect. We fetched the API, and then we put the memes into set all memes. So that means we go into set all memes. We're getting all the memes, the data, and the memes. So that gives us our array of objects. Now our memes array can equal to the state of all memes. So that's all the memes that we obtain from the fetch. And then our random number, or we'll iterate a random number. And what we can do here is say all memes.length instead. And then we can get our URL by saying memes array and then grabbing a random number. So remember, that's how it's set up, and then just getting the URL. So that's good. And let me see, if we refresh, we get a new meme, and then we can say when your app doesn't work, something dumb like that. I never really liked these type of memes, but okay. When your app doesn't work, okay, that's fine. It doesn't even matter. Okay, so let's say part of the array all meme state, we went ahead and did that. Any dependencies that need to be changed, rerun this function, write that. For now, don't try to use async await. We'll learn why after this challenge. So let's try to do this one more time for our meme generator. So I'm going to go ahead, go here, and I'm going to remove this API call. And I'm going to think I can just start from here. One thing I need is this. but I'm not going to look at what I'm going to be doing. So kind of just from scratch. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and, shoot, I kind of forgot. We need to use our useEffect. So we have all our meme images here, and then we have our meme and our set meme. So we have our handle change. Let's just put it right here. And we can say react.useEffect. And this is going to be a callback function. And we're going to fetch this API here. And then we're going to take the response and we're going to put it in a response.json so that we can read it. And then we're going to take all the memes and we are going to console.log all the memes. So now we'll get our API call working correctly. And what we see is that we get two things. We get the data and we get success. So if we just call the success, we'll just get true. It was successful. But in this case, we want to go ahead and grab this data. So now when we get this data, we get memes. So the memes is now going to point to all of the memes or the array. So we can say .memes. And then now we get an array of objects, and that's exactly what we need. So with that, we can set the meme images, or not set meme images. I forgot, what did we use? So let's see. Set meme images. Yeah, we're going to set the meme images. I had to think what I was going to do there. So now we're not going to get anything logged out to the console. But now here, instead of referencing my all meme images, data, and memes, we already did that up here. So now instead, all we have to do is reference all images. And then also inside of our random number, we're still looking for the meme data length. We can keep that since it's all meme images, or we can just say all meme images. I think either way will be fine. And then we're going to go ahead and set the meme. We're going to take the previous state or the previous object that we stored everything in. We're going to push in all of its values, and we're just going to change the random image to be the meme data and then a random number, and then to just grab the URL. So this should work. And now this works. And then let's say app finally works. This is great. And then when we reload, it should stay and everything should work correctly. Oh, this one's kind of weird. But yeah, that's pretty much what I think he wanted us to do in this challenge. All right, so we're going to continue another challenge, and this challenge is just saying create a state called show. So we'll say show and then set show, and to react.useState, we'll say this is true. And when the button is clicked, we want to toggle show. So let's just create a function called toggle show. And this is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to say set show, and then we're going to take the previous state, and then we're going to say not the previous state. So that's just a toggle. So, okay, when the button is clicked, meaning that on click here, we want to go ahead and run toggle show. So now we toggle show, and we can go ahead and console.log this to show that it's working. So true, false, that's working correctly. And now we only want to render the window tracker if the set show is true or true. So we can say show and window tracker. So now when we toggle it off, it's gone. Toggle it on, it's on. So if we do this and toggle on and off, we get a new width. If we go back down and toggle on and off, we get a new width. And this is coming from the window tracker, which is going into the window object property directly and just grabbing the inner width of the window. So that's how I would solve it. All right, so we're going to work on this other challenge, and we want to create some state called window width, and we want to set window width, and we're going to equal it to react.useState, and we want to use the window inner width. So basically this is saying we're going to use the default state of the window.inner width. So going into the window global property, I think it's part of the global object, and then just grabbing the inner width. So now what we want to do is that when it changes, we want to, instead of console.log resize, we want to set the window width, and when the changes, update the state. So display the window width in the H1 so that it updates every time. So we want to go ahead and set the window width with the window dot width. So we want to push this into, can't get it. So window dot inner width, that's what we want to update our set property with. We can go ahead and remove this, and instead of, it won't work right now. Oh, it actually does work, which is funny. But what we'll need to instead change this to is this needs to be changed to window width. So now it's being controlled by the state, and this useEffect, this useEffect will run once when the app runs. And this window is going to be an add event listener. So this window dot add event listener here. And hold on, actually thinking now. Okay, so we're going straight for the window property. That's weird because we usually do something else. Like we'll usually give this an ID or something, and then use the add event listener and just like reference it with its ID in JavaScript. But we're just referencing the window directly, adding an add event listener, and we're looking for the resize property. We're running a function that's going to set the window width. So set the window width to the window's inner width. And this doesn't need to run again. So basically we go ahead and set the inner width to the state of window width. And now when we resize, we get it, and we can look at this live.